Do girls think you're lame? Do they not laugh at your jokes? Are you just like not funny? It's because you're lacking character, my friend. And I think you just need the right plugin. Let me show you.
SpongeBob?
Hi, how are you?
What's the meaning of this?
I took your advice. From now on, I'm normal.
In the next 5 minutes or less, I'm going to take you through the Noveltech character. You can find it on Plugin Alliance. It is a great expander, and what I mean by expander is in its upward compression. So instead of taking levels down, frequencies down, because it's frequency-specific expansion, it's going to take it up. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. The song is Rel Bay Fuck Love. It's something that we did hear. Now I'm going to play a little bit, and then we're going to get right on what you would use this plugin for.
Farewell to someone I used to love. See, I know that down inside I couldn't trust her. I gave you chance after chance. You said you didn't want to love no more. You said you didn't want to fuck no more. No. So I say fuck love, I'm tired of fighting. Fuck love, I'm tired of trying.
Okay, you can hear the rest of the record. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, major release platforms. Go find it. The thing I'm showing you today is this lovely plugin. It's called the Noveltech Character. So this is a great plugin. It kind of does what you would want an EQ to do, but it does it more naturally and more musically. To get right into it, I'm going to solo these acoustic guitars and just show you what this thing can do. So as you can kind of see, I'm using it similar to an EQ. What I did first was boost 100%. And then I went with the frequency knob, which is the target here. And I searched around to the frequency I liked, and then I took it all the way down and kind of got the volume of the boost where I want it. So it's very much just like an EQ, except you kind of have one band here. And really, that's all I ever felt I needed. The character knob, it's like your boost knob on an EQ. The target is basically, like I said, it's the frequency selection. And then you have this mode. You saw me switch the modes. There's actually 3 modes on here, and I wish they were like a little bit more explained, but I'll break it down to you. The first mode, this is for vocals and instruments. This is kind of like a general instruments. If I was doing pianos, organs, those type of instruments, maybe synths and stuff too, I would select that mode. The more you go to the right, so number 2 and number 3, you're adding more high end in is kind of what I noticed. Number 2 is specifically for stringed instruments, guitars. It could be electric, it could be acoustic. It's kind of going to bring that string resonance out. So that's why you saw me select number 2. Number 3 here is for bass and percussion. This one adds the most high end. So if you're doing percussion, sometimes I use it for piano and I want some more like brilliance in the piano. So this is a good one for piano as well, is what I've seen. I just kind of use my ears and I select the one that I think works best. Typically I'm on 1 and 2. Sometimes I'm on 3, like I said, depending on how percussive the instrument. So say I'm using like a kalimba or, you know, something that has like a definite attack to it, I might want to use number 3. It's pretty simple. You have an input output. You can use the circuit, quote unquote, since it's software, not hardware. You can use it to drive and get some more tone out of it. But really what I use it to do is do makeup gain, because obviously if you're boosting a lot, like with an EQ, it's going to add a lot of volume and then you might want to back it up. So I'm going to just go ahead and show this thing on a couple different instruments now. So there's a good example right there with the electric piano. There's kind of like a whirly type of vibe on it. It's probably a tremolo. If I select number 3 on the mode setting, it's gonna bring out a lot of high end, and then that tremolo is super audible. You can hear kind of a noise that gets brought out in it, and I don't really like that. So that's why I kept it on number 1 and I boosted a lot. But like I said, the premise of this plugin is super simple. I'm gonna play again. So all I did there was obviously do unity gain, really important, especially any time you're boosting stuff. But you can see how big of a deal it can be or can't be, just depending on how much you really turn this thing up. It's a really good plugin to get detail out of. You can use it on vocals too, and in fact, Noveltech has a specific version of this plugin for vocals, and I don't really know if it's specific, same algorithms and stuff. It's called the Noveltech Vocal Enhancer. Regardless, you can use the Noveltech character on vocals, and that's what we're about to do. So, like I said, setting 1 is made specifically for vocals.
I couldn't trust. See, I know deep down inside I couldn't trust. See, I know deep down inside I couldn't trust. See, I know deep down inside I couldn't trust. See, I know deep down inside I couldn't trust.
But you can kind of see how it brings out that detail, that character. It's like, the stuff that takes something that wasn't maybe bright enough, and it can really bring the life out of it. And I love it on drums, especially if you're doing overheads or room mics that are like really dark and you need to bring some of that shimmer back. This is a perfect plugin for that. So that is the Noveltech character. Really great plugin. It's decently priced, very useful. It's hard to replace. If you want to hear more about the plugins we use here and just really dope stuff, you got to subscribe, you got to follow us, hit that sub notification bell on YouTube, tap in for more great plugins.